So today we will be starting a new topic. We have already seen the Boolean algebra and how to reduce the expression using K-map. And I have also provided you assignment. So if you have any doubt regarding that, you can always contact me. Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will start the next topic, that is course objective second, you can call it. And title is combinational logic design. Combinational logic design. So this is the topic, and it comes under logic circuit design. Basically, in this digital, there are two ways you can design your logic, and first one is called as combinational, and second one is called as sequential. So combination is we will be focusing on for a few lectures, and then in next course objective we will be studying regarding the sequential. But though I will be giving you just a brief idea what the sequential logic design means and how it compares with combinational logic design, or what are the differences between combinational and sequential logic design. Okay. So a combinational circuit consists of input variables, logic gates, and output variables. A combinational circuit consists of input variable, some input will be there, logic gates, this we have already seen, logic gates, and output variables. If you are having some logic and you want to transform that logic into logical circuit using combinational logic, then you must have first you have to define what are the variables, how many variables you will be requiring, like 2 variables, 3 variables, like that. And then you have to form a logic that too if cost is a constraint, then you have to go for minimal logic so that the cost of the hardware should be low, and then output variable. Right, depending upon the minimized expression. If you are having input variable, let us suppose say 4, it might be possible that output variable is only having 1 variable or 2 variable, or at max it can have 4 variable as well. Okay, so for a block diagram point of view, combinational logic. So here we are having in this some logic gates, and we are having some inputs. Let us suppose we are having an input variable corresponding to the logic that we have used. We will get some output variables as well. It might be equal to input variables, but it will be equal or it will be always less. It will not be more. So let us call as m output variables, where n is always greater than equal to m, right? So I will just give you what is the basic difference between combinational circuit and sequential circuit. In that way, it will be more clearer. So combinational circuit and sequential circuit. So we will be seeing the difference. First point in combinational is here output depends upon present input only. Whatever the output, it depends upon only the present input. For example, if m is the output here, it only depends upon the present input in combinational circuit. Whereas if you talk about sequential circuit, here output depends on present and past input. So in sequential circuit, the output will depend upon the present as well as past input. Past input means what is the input provided before the present input is given. Okay. So this is the difference. First difference. Second, the speed is fast in combinational circuit, whereas its speed is low as compared to combinational circuit. Third difference, easy to design. It is easy to design. It is somewhat complex to design as compared to your combinational circuit. Next, fourth difference is here, no feedback between input and output, whereas here feedback is present. So what does it mean by feedback? Feedback means suppose you are having any system, let us say digital system only, and you are having a sequential system here as well. So here, if suppose this is a system, here you are providing certain input, correspondingly you will be getting output. System will perform its own work. This is called as open system, right? And here in feedback system, how it defines, some amount of output it will give, as similar to the previous case, but some amount of feedback will also be there, right? So this is called as feedback system. That is, some amount of output is again flowing to the input, and it is depending upon the applications or system. Output might say to the input or to the controller that the desired output has not been reached, so make some changes in the input so that the desired output can be reached. Or likewise, some things will be there. The basic difference between combinational and sequential circuit is here. Here no feedback is there, and here feedback is present. Okay. So this is the fourth difference. And fifth is it is time independent, whereas this is time dependent. Time independent means at whatever instance you provide an input, it will give you same output. At whatever instant you provide the input, it will give you the same output. That is called as time independent. Time dependent means depending upon the time, the output varies, right? So this is the basic difference between time independent and time dependent. Next is here elementary building blocks. Elementary building blocks are logic gates. Here elementary building blocks are flip-flop. We will see what is flip-flop and all. Just to differentiate, I'm just writing what are the difference. So flip-flop basically consists of a memory. So with flip-flop, you can store any data. Like in your computer, you are storing the data, right? So flip-flop serves that purpose. That is, it stores some digital values. Here, so what does you mean by this step number 6 or difference number 6? That means it is memory-less system. You can call it as a memory-less system. Memory-less system means it is having no memory. Which one? Combinational. Whereas if you talk about sequential, it is having memory, and that memory we can use to store the information, right? That memory we can use to store the information. Next difference, that is 7th. It is used for arithmetic. It is used for arithmetic as well as Boolean operation. Here it is mainly used for storing the data. Next difference, that is difference number 8. It cannot store any state. It is having the ability, have the ability to store any state or retain earlier state. What is the meaning of state here? It means that when you provide some input, you get some output, right? So this you can call it as a state number 1. Now for next set of input, you can provide an input. So for next set of input, your past output will get lost, right? For the next set of input in here combinational circuit, your past output will get lost. But in sequential circuit, your past output can be stored in the memory. So it is having the ability to store the data. That is nothing but that same thing that it is having. It is reflecting that the sequential circuit is having the memory element. That is, it can store the previous calculations as well. Okay. Next difference, that is difference number 9. It don't require triggering, whereas this depends on clock, or you can also call it as triggering. So triggering means whenever the triggering is provided, that circuit operates. Whenever triggering is provided, you can call it as a switch, right? Whenever you provide input to that circuit, then circuit will get power, and then the circuit will perform certain operation and produce the output. Whereas in combinational circuit, it does not require any triggering. So triggering in this digital form, we provide triggering by generally a clock, right? Clock may look like this, right? Where this represents the low value and this represents the high value, right? Some circuits are low enabled circuit. That means whenever low gate pulse is provided or whenever low clock is provided, that circuit will activate. Or some circuits are also high gate enabled. That means whenever high pulse is provided, that circuit will come into the picture. Moreover, in more deep, some circuits are positive edged. This is called as positive edged triggering. Positive edge, it means why we are calling it as a positive edge, because it is going from 0 to positive, and this is called as negative edged triggering. So these are the 4 triggering, that is low, high, positive edge, and negative edge. So depending upon the applications or the circuit, you can provide any of the 4 kind of triggering. Either you can low enabled, high enabled, or positive edge triggering, or negative edge triggering. Right. So we will discuss this when we will be dealing with sequential circuit. Yes.
So basically, triggering means to give a pulse, right?
Triggering means
to give a pulse, right?
Pulse. Yes, to activate the circuit.
Yes.
Yes. The pulse. It might be possible that it is having different duty cycles, or it can have same width as well, right? So this width depends upon you. Depends upon the user or engineer who is designing the circuit. This is 9th difference. Then difference number 10. It don't have memory element. This we have already talked. Don't have memory, and it have memory element. The basic difference between combinational and sequential is that combinational does not have any memory. So that is why it cannot store any previous data. Whereas sequential is having some amount of memory in form of flip-flop, so it can store previous output, right, or previous state. In digital, we say previous output means previous state. Output is defined by state. Difference number 11. It is easy to use and handle. It is not easy to use and handle. That it is somewhat little complex. Okay, now I will just show the block diagram between both of them. Though combinational we have already seen, I will provide it once more. So combinational circuit looks like this is combinational circuit. You're having some sets of input, some sets of output. This is output, this is input with no memory. Whereas if you talk about this sequential circuit, it is having some combinational circuits. Then it is having some memory element. Some inputs are provided here. You will get some output. Now this output might be possible that it flows back because it is having the feedback path and feedbacks against to the input, right? Whereas this is called as internal input because it is inside the circuit, and this is internal output. So this memory element is acting as a feedback. It might be possible that you can include the memory element, or directly you can connect without using memory element. You can connect the output to the input, right? So this is a combinational circuit. And this is a sequential circuit. So this is, let me again cover what are the difference, so it will be more clear. Okay, combinational and sequential circuit is output depends upon only the present input only. We have seen the block diagram. That means whatever input you are providing, output you will get accordingly. Output depends upon the present as well as past input, as we have seen in the block diagram as well. Some amount of output is flowing back again to the input through feedback. This is the first difference. Speed is fast. Since feedback is not there, so speed will be fast. Only one stage calculations will be there. Speed is slow as compared to the combinational circuit. It is easy to design. It is complex to design. Feedback is not present. Feedback is present. It is time independent. That means whenever you provide the input, you will get the same output. It is time dependent. That is depending upon the time instant you are providing the input, and depending upon the previous state output, the output may change. Elementary building blocks are logic gates. Elementary building blocks are flip-flops. So flip-flops are acting as a memory element. We will study later. Used for arithmetic as well as Boolean operation. You can see it is mainly used for storing the data. It cannot store any state. It can store. It is having the ability to store any state and retain its earlier state. It do not require triggering. It's requiring some amount of triggering. It do not have memory element. We have seen it have memory element. It is easy to use and handle, and it is somewhat little difficult as compared to the combinational, right? Now we will see some of the combinational circuit. We will be starting with combinational circuit. Example I have not given, so let me give the example as well. So examples of combinational circuits are encoder, decoder, multiplexer, demultiplexer, adder, subtractor, etc. So we will study all these circuits one by one. Here examples of these sequential circuits are flip-flop, counter. Counter can be of two types: synchronous counter or asynchronous counter. This we will be covering maybe sometime later, right? This is in course objective 3 or 4, right? So we will be covering there. That means sequential circuit. So these flip-flops and counter we will be covering later. Whereas as of now we will be covering this combination circuit, and we will start with this adder, and then we will see subtractor, and so on. We will follow the next circuits. So first we will see adder, right? So you might have recall that we are currently in the digital domain, so we will be talking about 1 0 only. So it might be possible that you are having 2 bits and you want to add it, right? It might be possible that you are having 2 bits. That 2 bits will be, it can be 0 0, it can be 0 1, it can be 1 0, or it can be 1 1. You want to add these bits. So 0 added with 0 will give you 0. 0 added with 1 will give you 1. 1 added with 0 will give you 1. 1 added with 1 will give you 0 and 1. Here 1 will act as a carry. right? So 1 is a carry here in last one. If you see, 1 is a carry and 0 is the output that you will be getting. 1 is carry. Okay. Now it might be possible that you are having more number of bits. Here I have only shown you single bit, that is addition of only single bit. So addition of only single bit can be done through half adder. Addition of single bit can be done through half adder. So we will see its circuits shortly. And it might be possible that you are having multiple bits. Multiple bits means 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 like this. You have to add 1 0 0 0 1 1. So there you can see there are multiple bits. So you want to add. So when you add this 1 1, it will give you 0, and its out carry will go towards the next one, right? And you can see now we are having 3 bits, right? We are having here at this instant. When carries goes into the next higher bit, this becomes 3 bits. So, but half adder can only perform 2-bit addition, as we have seen here. It can only perform 2-bit addition. Now, for adding 3 bits at a time, we will require a circuit that is called as we will call it as a full adder, right? So, full adder is nothing but made up of two combinations of half adder. So, when you combine 2 half adder back to back, we will see its circuits as well shortly. Then it will work as a full adder. So if anyone for now, what is the takeaway point from here? So if you are having 2 single bits, then you can use half adder. But if you are having 3 bits, why you require 3 bits addition? So here 1 will acting as a carry, and these are the 2 bits which you want to add, right? So in multiple bit, if you want to perform the addition, so you will be requiring a full adder. If only single bit addition is required, then it can be possible through half adder only. Okay. So this is the difference between half adder and full adder. So now we will see half adder. So half adder, let us define variable A and B. Two variables we have to add. These are the variables. S represents sum and C represents carry, right? So truth table I will be making A, B, S, C. So values of A and B can be 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Now tell me, if you add 0 and 0, what will you get? Sum will be 0 and carry will be, there will be no carry. So 0. 0 and 1, if you add 0 and 1, what will be the sum? 1. Carry will be 0. 1 0, if you will add, what will be the sum? 1. Carry will be 0. If you add 1 1,
1 0 means sir carry 1
will be 0 and carry will be 1. Right?
Yes.
This truth table is clear. Okay. So now you have to find the expression for this S, right? So what you can do, you can build a K-map where A is a MSB and B is LSB, 0 1 0 1. So tell me where 1 is present. 1 is present at, for sum, this K-map I'm drawing for sum, right? So where 1 is present, sum is present at 0 1. So 0 1 is this, and another one is present at 1 0. 1 0 is this. Now if you want to group it, both are independent variable. So you can group it like this, right? So sum you can write it as A bar B plus A B bar, right? This is nothing but A XOR B. Just let me know if up to this point it is clear or not.
sir grouping portion, sir can you repeat again?
So we have seen this grouping in K-map now. Both of these cells are independent cells. You cannot group it. So I have grouped, this is step number 1 of K-map. Sorry, step number 2. If there are independent cells, group it. So both the cells are independent.
Yes, sir, understands.
Okay. Now if you see for carry, what will be the expression for carry? So if you see carry, it will be nothing but AND gate. That is A multiplied by B. Whenever both are 1, your carry will be 1. So this is for carry and this is for sum. Is it understood? Is it understood?
Sir, is equal to A XOR B. Sir, why XOR?
Because this is the expression for A XOR B. A B bar plus A bar B.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Is there any doubt anyone is having in this? Let me know. Okay, tell me where you are having doubt. Anyone?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, I'm asking other students. Anyone is having any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm moving forward. So we can draw the block diagram as well. So this is half adder. We are having two inputs. That is sum. Sorry, inputs are two variables. That is A and B, and we are getting output as sum and carry. Now we want to implement this sum and carry using logic gates. So first we will use XOR gate. So you can use, this is the symbol for XOR gate. This we have already seen. So here A and B are input of XOR gate. So here we will be getting a sum, and here I can use an AND gate, and I can provide the input to the AND gate, and I can get a carry. Right? This is straightforward. We can also go for AOI logic, that is AND or invert logic. Right? You can use AND or invert gate to obtain the logic for sum and carry. Right? Now I will not tell you that is AOI logic. You can do it by yourself. It is very easy. Now I will use universal gate, that is NAND gate and NOR gate. So first I will be using NAND gate. I will be implementing sum and carry using universal gate. That is, first one is NAND gate, then I will be doing with NOR gate. So what is the expression for sum? This A XOR B, or A B bar plus A bar B. What I can do? A B bar plus, I can add A bar plus A bar B plus B B bar. I have added these A bar and B bar extra because A bar is nothing but it will be 0, and similarly B bar will also be 0. I can take A common, so this will be A bar plus B bar from these two terms, plus B common, so this will be A bar plus B bar. So this will be A B bar whole bar plus B A B whole bar. Now what you can do? You can double complement it, whole function, and you can apply the De Morgan. So it will be A B bar whole bar multiplied by B A B bar whole bar to the whole bar. So this is sum. This will be for sum, and for carry. Carry is A B, we have got A multiplied by B, that is AND gate. So you can do double complement. These two equations are clear. Equation number 1 and 2. Just check it. Any part you are having any doubt, you can ask. You can see I have added A bar and B bar. This will be equal to 0. Why I have added A bar? Because I want to operate using NAND gate. So NAND gate is AND gate and NOT gate. So final expression should not be having any plus sign. You can see final expression should not be having any plus sign. We should have only multiplication sign because we are using NAND gate, right? So because it will be using AND gate, so plus sign should not be there. Vice versa, if you go for NOR gate, we will see shortly. It should not have any multiplication sign. It should have only addition sign, right? So now we want to implement this logic.
Sir?
Yes.
So we can directly take the double complement in the first step only.
You can take
double complement in the first step only.
First step. If you take double complement, then it will be what?
De Morgan
bar dot A bar B bar.
Yes, sir.
This one you are saying?
Yes, sir. Yes.
But now just we will be seeing the logic. You will not implement using NAND gate, or it might be possible that this will require larger number of NAND gate. Okay, this is possible, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So we will be using NAND gate to implement this equation number 1 and 2. So this is input is flowing A and B. This is NAND gate. Output will be AB bar, right? And this will be going from here. We want what? AB bar. You can see AB bar whole bar we want. So this will be flowing, and this A bar B will be here. This we will be getting AB bar whole bar. So this term we have already got. Now we want AB bar whole bar. So B will be taken from here, and again AB bar will be flowing from here. So this will be B, AB bar, whole bar, right? And we have to multiply both and complement it. So multiply both, that means AND gate will be required again and complement it. So it will be finally A, AB bar, whole bar, dot B, AB bar, whole bar, whole bar. This is sum. Now we have to make carry as well, that is AB whole bar. So you can see here we are getting AB whole bar. So you can short it, the input of NAND gate, and you can get carry. This will be AB bar bar, that will be AB. This is the circuit using universal gate, that is specifically NAND gate, and we have implemented half adder. Just check any doubt is there. Okay, now I will be using NOR gate. And I will be implementing the same logic. So pay attention, sum was equal to A XOR B. That was A B bar plus A bar B. So I will be adding again here A B bar plus A bar plus A bar B plus B B bar. Again I have to take common, so I will take common A. This will be A bar plus B bar plus B, A bar plus B bar. Now I can take A bar plus B bar common again, A bar plus B bar. Now this step is different from NAND gate, and here we will be having AB. Again we have to double complement it at this step. So this will be A bar plus B bar whole bar plus A plus B whole bar, right? So this is the expression that we want to make, that is A bar plus B bar whole bar plus A plus B whole bar to the whole bar, right? So this we want to implement using NOR gate, and similarly carry was there, that is AB. I can do double complement, so this will be A bar plus B bar whole bar. This is equation number 2. So now we want to implement this equation number 1 and 2 using NOR gate. So we are having a NOR gate. Input A and B are going. So this will be A plus B whole bar, right? So first we want what? A bar and B bar. We want A bar and B bar as well. So A bar and B bar, how we will be getting? Short the input. So here we will be getting as A bar. Similarly B bar, how we will be getting? Short the input. Here I will be getting as B bar, right? So A bar and B bar we have already got, and to the whole bar, you can see whole bar is this. So what I can do, I can take this here and I can pass it through a NOR gate again. So this will be A bar plus B bar whole bar, right? And now at the last we have to add both of them, because A bar plus B bar we have already got, you can see here, right? And we have to add both of them. So this will be A bar plus B bar whole bar plus A plus B whole bar ka whole bar. This will be sum. Similarly for carry, A bar B bar bar. So this we have to see for carry. So you can see this is simply the carry. Which one? If I take the port from here, you can see A bar plus B bar ka whole bar. This is what the carry is. A bar plus B bar ka whole bar, right? So I do not need to add any extra gates. So this is a half adder using NOR gate. Any doubt? You can check. So only difference or only point you have to take how you can arrange the equations. So from this point onward, there is a difference between NAND gate and NOR gate. Here in NAND gate, what we have done, we have taken AB whole bar plus AB bar, and then we have put double bracket. Here, what we have done in NOR gate, we have taken A plus B common, and then we have put double bar. So this step is different between NAND gate and NOR gate. Is it okay?
So basically, if we put double complement of first step, we will use less number of gates now.
Basically, what you're saying basically?
In the first step, if we use the double complement in the NAND gate, yes.
This one?
Yes, sir. If we instead of writing A bar and B bar, if we directly use double complement in the first step.
So you are saying this, na? That
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This one only.
So let us draw this as well. So some expression was A B bar plus A bar B, and you are saying to double complement it, so it will be A B bar
Whole bar.
dot A bar B bar whole bar, right?
Yes. Yes.
So from here, what do you want? You want, so you are having two expressions, that is A and B. So you want to first complement this A bar, then you want to short this B bar. Okay, so then you want this to flow, no, A B bar. So this will be A B bar, this will be A B bar, this will be A bar, sorry, A B bar whole bar, right? And similarly, one more gate you will be requiring for, so this will be A bar,
A bar B whole bar.
whole bar. And then what? One more gate. You will be requiring one more gate, correct? How many gates you are having? 1, 2,
5.
3, 4, and 5. In previous case, how many NAND gates we are having? 4, and one more logic is remaining. AB. How you will get AB here? You want to get carry as well, na? Carry is AB.
Yes, sir.
So you will be using what?
Okay, so more.
Carry you will be needing like this. AB. You cannot use AND gate here, right? You are understanding? You have to.
Yes,
use,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How will you implement AB? Just see whether you can implement. This is A bar and this is B bar. AB, how you can implement?
Okay, sir. Got it.
No, you can think on it later on as well. Okay. If you
Yes,
are
sir.
having the logic, if the number of gate requirements are less, then you let me know. Okay. Then we can discuss
Okay.
that. Okay. Okay. Now we will see this half adder we have seen using the logic gates NAND and NOR, right? Now next we will be seeing as full adder. As we have already talked, full adder means 3 bits will be there, where 2 bits will be variables and third bit will be carry, right? So directly I'm writing that is A, B, and C in is the carry from the previous bit. Suppose if you are having 2-bit number, let us suppose bit 1, bit 0, this is D1 and D0. If you add both of these, right? So it will be having, let us suppose a carry is being generated here and this is going C in. So this C in is representing what? This carry, right? And B1 and D1 is AB. I hope you understood. So C in is acting as a carry, which is generating from the lower significant bit. Okay. And again, we will be having sum and final C out. C out is the final carry. Okay. So here again, we have to fill 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So tell me, so for first case, what will be the sum? 0 plus 0 plus 0 will be, sum will be 0. And C out will also be 0. 0 plus 1 will be, sum will be 1 and carry will be 0. Next case, 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 will be
1, 0,
Here 0 plus 1 plus 1, sum will be
0, 1.
0. Correct. Just pay attention here, sum will be 0, right? Because 1 plus 1 will be 1, 0. So sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. Next, 1 plus 0 plus 0 will be 1 and carry will be 0. 1 plus 0 plus 1?
0,
0
and
and
carry
1.
1.
Again here, 1 plus 1 plus 0, sum will be 0, carry 1. And last case, 1 plus 1 plus 1.
Carry 1, sum 1.
Sum will be 1 and carry will also be 1. Okay. So this will be 0th place, 1st place, 2nd place, 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place, 6th place, 7th place. Why I'm writing? Because we have to fill the key map as well, because we have to get the reduced expression, right? Now I will be using K map. for obtaining the sum as well as carry expression? This is A, B, C in. This will be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0 and 1. This will be 0th place, first place, second place, third place, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. So just tell me in sum where one are there. 1, 2, 4 and 7. 1, 2, 4 and 7. So 1, 2, 4 and 7. Right? Now you want to group it. If you want to group it, all are independent. You can see all are independent cells. Right? So this sum will be, if all are independent, this is a unique case. So this will be A XOR plus B XOR plus C in. We will shortly see how it is possible. Just wait. So if you're having any doubt in this, so let me write the sum expression again. So for this, let us suppose this is our first combination. So for this combination, what will be the expression? A bar, B bar, C in plus this is second. So this will be A bar, B, C in bar plus this is third. A, B bar, C in bar plus A, B, C in. Is this expression is clear? This expression is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I can take C in bar common from this and this. So if I take C in bar common, so this will be A bar B plus AB bar. And this will be C in bar plus again C in common from this and this. So C in common, this C in will be A bar B bar plus AB. Okay. So A bar plus B, AB bar, A bar B and AB bar, it will be A XOR B, C in bar plus C in this is X NOR. There are two things, X OR and X NOR. So X NOR symbol is this, X OR symbol is this. So both of the gates we have already seen, that is A bar B bar plus AB. This is X NOR. And when you complement this X NOR, you will get XOR. Complement of X NOR, you will get XOR. So in next expression, I will be complementing it. So this will be A XOR B, C in bar plus A plus B, A XOR B bar, C in. So you can see it is again in the frame. That is, if you consider this A, if you consider this B, so again in next step this will be A bar and B. So what I can do, I can write A XOR B XOR C in. This will be the sum expression that I have directly written. You can see it here. So you can prove it as well. So this we have to implement it using logic gates. So carry will also be there. We will shortly see carry. Just tell me, any doubt is there in these expressions? Just check.
Sir, the second line from the last.
Second line from the last, that means this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you see this is AB bar. So I have written AB bar, C bar. So this there is no doubt in this, correct? Now if you see this X NOR, if you complement X NOR, you will get XOR. So I have complemented it and I have written XOR form. And C in bar is as it is. So it is again in the formula in the frame. If you consider this is A, C in as B bar, so this is A bar B. So you can see AB bar plus A bar B. This is again A XOR B. So you can treat A XOR B here as a first term and this C in as a second term. So you will get first. So if this is the expression, so you want what? First expression XOR with second term. So first term is what? A XOR B. So this is first term, and second term is what? C.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay. Any doubt from anyone? This is bar, right? So similarly, we will be having carry as well. So for carry, you need to again draw the key map. This is 0 and 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Just see where carries are present from the truth table. Carry is present at 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th. third, fifth, sixth, seventh, third, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Now we have to group it. So group it.
3 pairs will be found.
Yes. So you can see only this pair are possible, right? So carry will be equal to this will be, let us say this is the first grouping, this is second grouping, this is our third grouping. So you can write, I will be writing A C in plus AB plus B C in. This will be the carry expression, right? Now, if you want to implement it using NAND gate, this is the final reduced expression, right? But if you want to use using universal gate, because that will be the next step for us to implement it using universal gate. So I will be writing each term independently, right? So just see. Each term independently means wherever our min terms are present, I will be writing that term. So just see. So C out. This is for C out. So min term is present at fifth. At fifth, what will be the variable? A, B bar, C out, C in, plus seventh. Seventh is A, B, C in, plus sixth, it is A, B, C in bar, plus third, it is A bar, B, C in, right? Again, I'm rewriting. So A, B bar, C in, plus A, B, C in, plus A, B, C in bar, plus A bar, B, C in. This will be the expression. I have written all the min terms without reducing it. Why I'm following this? This will be the reduced expression, right? Because we have to implement it. Finally, we have to implement it using NAND gate. So for that, I am doing the calculations. You will appreciate it when we will draw the NAND gate, right? This expression. Okay. So this I can take C in common from both of this. So this will be A B bar plus. Have I made any mistake? Okay. C in common from this and this. If you take C in common, so this will be A bar B, C in, plus if you take C in common, if you take AB common from this, both of this, so C in plus C in bar. So AB common, it will be C in plus C in bar. So this will be equal to 1 because complement any variable in addition with its complement will give you 1. So this will be 1.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, AB common, sir, how is it possible? Sir, AB C in bar and A bar C in.
You can see this two expression. I have taken AB common.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sorry, sir.
Okay, no issues. You can ask as many doubt as possible. As if you are having doubt, please raise your voice. Please ask. Okay. So from here, what we will be getting? A XOR B, because this is the expression for XOR, into C in plus AB. Now we have to double complement it because we have to use NAND gate and addition is not allowed. So it will be A XOR B, C in bar dot AB bar whole bar. So this will be final C out. So we have got C out. This will be used for using NAND gate, right? And this is the final minimized expression, which is this. And some expression is A XOR B XOR C in, right? So we will implement it using NAND gate. So I'm leaving it up to you using XOR and XNOR gate. You can draw it. It is quite simple. But using your universal gate, it is little difficult. You have to pay little attention. So universal gate. Implementation using universal gate. First one is NAND gate. So some expression is A XOR B XOR C in. This is the sum expression. And C out expression is, we have already reduced, it is AB bar C in dot AB bar whole bar, right? So this is C in. Okay, so what I can do, we know that is A XOR B. From half adder we already know that is A XOR B is equal to what? A into A plus B. Sorry. From half adder we have seen A AB bar whole bar dot B AB bar whole bar whole bar. This is A XOR B, right? So similarly, we can go for this 3 variables. So we can rewrite it as A XOR B, A XOR B, C in. That is, we are treating this as our first term and this is our second term, right? We are A XOR B is this we have already seen in half adder. So we will be treating this as first term and second term, right? Just pay attention. Okay, so this is our first term. Just see A XOR B is our first term and C in is our second term, right? So you can see first term multiplied by second term ka whole bar. So first multiplied by second term ka whole bar to the whole bar into second term is C in, and first term multiplied by second term whole bar ka whole bar, and one more bar is there, right? This is one more bar. So total 3 bars are there, you can see. So this is the expression we have got. Is there any doubt in this expression? Just check. Okay, so now we will be drawing this using NAND gate. So it is 2 half adder back to back. So 2 half adder circuit was. It will require some practice for you. So this is, we are having 4 AND gate, NAND gate. This is first half adder, and again one more half adder. So 4 NAND gate will be again there. Input here are A and B, and here is our third input, that is C in. So first we have to get the first term. What is our first term? First term is A XOR B. This is our first term. So we have to got this. We have already seen this in half adder. So this input is flowing here. This B is flowing in this. Output of this is flowing here. Output of this is flowing here, and both the output is flowing like this. And this is our input to the second half adder, and C in, you can see here is C in. So this input is again flowing to this NAND gate, and again same pattern will be there. So one will go here, another will go here. Output of this NAND gate will go here. This NAND gate will go here. Output of this will go here, and this finally we will be having sum. So this is A XOR B XOR C in, right? This is using NAND gate. If you want to see, so finally here we will be having A XOR B. We have already seen in half adder, and here we are having C in. So here it will be having A XOR B and C in whole bar. Here we will be having A XOR B. Here we will be having C in. Here we will be having A XOR B into C in bar, and here we will be having, in this we will be having what? A XOR B whole bar C in, right? And finally sum we will be having, that is A XOR B XOR C in. Now we have to look for carry as well. So carry is what? A XOR B whole bar into C in into AB. Just pay attention. So first we will be having A XOR B whole bar. So first we will be having A XOR B whole bar. You can see A XOR B whole bar, A XOR B whole bar. So A XOR B whole bar is this line. I'm taking it from here. A XOR B is from this line. Second term we are having carry in C in. C in term is there. Okay, just wait. Just wait for a second. Okay. If you follow this, this is this output is A XOR B into C in bar. This is the output right? A XOR B into C in. C in is flowing in here, and here in this input is A XOR B, you can see here, and this is C in input. So it is flowing through the NAND gate. So it is A XOR B into C in bar. So A XOR B into C in bar we have already got. That is this expression, this A XOR B into C in, we have already got, and we want AB bar. AB bar also we want. So AB bar, where we are getting AB bar. So you can see here AB bar. This is A and B. AB bar will be flowing here. Okay. Now finally we are having a NAND operation. You can see it is multiplied, and total bar is also there. So we have, that means we will be using NAND gate again. Okay, we will be having a NAND gate again, and this is our C out. Okay, so this is our carry equation, carry out, and this is our sum expression, and we have implemented it using two back-to-back half adder. If you see closely, so you will find that this will form first half adder, and this will form the second half adder. Okay, just see the circuit and expression. You have to draw it by yourself to understand, because the circuit is a little big. Okay, and you have to also be very careful about the expressions. Just see if you are having any doubt, you can ask.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, attendance.
Okay, time is here.
So,
Yes.
so can you show the circuit once, sir?
Yes, just a minute. Page width.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, this is two AND gate, two half adder. This is this is first half adder. This is second half adder, and this here output of first half adder is A XOR B, and input to the next half adder is A XOR B and C in. You can see. So here we will be getting A XOR B into C in ka whole bar, and so again you have to implement a half adder like we have implemented, and finally you will be getting A XOR B XOR C in. Now you have to take care of C out as well. So just pay attention. Where is C out? What is the expression for C out? So we have not taken the reduced expression, but we have taken the min terms separately. You can see how we have calculated. We have taken the min terms, and then we have arranged in such a way that it can be implemented using universal gate, using minimum number of universal gate. So all are present. Yeah, all of you can leave. I will keep presenting.